Join the conversation. Follow Jason on Twitter. And don't forget to visit the live show fan page on Facebook.
And I wrote a post combating something Bernie Sanders said. And I said, healthcare is not a right, it's a service. I said, you are no more entitled to healthcare than you are a carpet cleaning. And I had a gal come on just upset as all could be, and normally I don't engage in those types of conversations, but I realized quickly that this was going to make for an excellent training tool. And so I continued to engage her. And I started to ask her a series of questions about healthcare, because she was under the impression that healthcare was a right. And I said, well, what does it mean for healthcare to be a right? Well, like, is as much healthcare as you want? Are there limits on how much you can have? Should I be able to go to any doctor I want to in the nation? Should I be able to get any procedure that I want, regardless of the cost or my age or condition? Her response to that, of course, was, well, no, there are limits. Basic care. And you go on, you say, well, okay, well, basic care. Let's talk about that. You mean like just basic doctor's visits and checkups? Because nobody in America is worried about paying for the doctor's visit or the checkup. I said, what's costing us a fortune, what's putting people into bankruptcy, the stuff that people really need Obamacare or government assistance for is for the big expenditures, when you end up with cancer or emphysema. That's what we need health insurance. That's why we have health insurance. So to say basic care, basic is an arbitrary term. What does it mean, basic care? And then she said, well, what do you propose? And I said, well, I propose that if you feel like it's our responsibility as a people to help those less fortunate in their hour of need, then I think you should get your checkbook out and you should write them a check. Well, this really upset her, this idea that I would call her on the carpet about being responsible and being charitable. I said, it is charitable to give your own money. I said, to force government to steal from your neighbor is not charitable. That's not charity. And then she went on to start talking about how much I give in charity, as though I'm some rich old miser Scrooge who doesn't give any money to charity. And then he said, and she finally said, well, why don't you just send me $20,000 for any of my future medical bills that might come up? And by that time, I knew I'd won the argument. And so I just said, well, I'm done with you. Thanks for being a training tool for me.